Hello friend, welcome to the TechMart Guru. So in this session, we are going to configure our AWS profile on Ubuntu box. So why we need an AWS profile? The first question comes in mind, right? So if you want to access all your AWS services through the command line, right? You need an AWS profile. This is similarly, you are using your AWS services through this GUI, right? If you are using any services by putting the username and password in the browser and access your AWS account, right? And you are like launching an EC2 instance and creating S3 buckets, any services, right? You are accessing through the GUI. So it is something is you required a user ID, password, or some MFA device also, right? Similarly, if you want to access any of these services of AWS, there is a lots of services, more than 50 plus services of AWS, right? So if you want to access these services through the command line, you can use AWS CLI, right? So before it means like if you want to use the AWS CLI, you need to configure first the AWS profile on your local system, whatever system you have, it's a Windows or Linux. So I have a Ubuntu box where I am going to configure the AWS profile for me to access the service. All right. One more thing, to configure the AWS profile, first we need to install the AWS CLI, right? So installing the AWS CLI, it's not big challenge. You can just Google it, how to install AWS CLI, and in AWS documentation, you can got a very good documentation to install in the CLI, or to install AWS CLI in Ubuntu, right? It will just redirect you on the AWS documentation, or it's a very good place. You can go there and you can see how you can install the AWS CLI and what are the prerequisites. All right. So you should have only the Python on your machine. That's it. And just if you are a Linux user, you just need to put a command yum install AWS CLI. It will automatically install the CLI on your machine, right? So we are not going to cover means like the installing the AWS CLI in this video. We are focusing only to configure the AWS CLI on this video, right? So before going to configure the AWS CLI, we need to create an IAM user, or if you have an IAM user, then you need to just create an access key and secret access key for that particular IAM user, right? So let's create it. I am creating a access key and secret access key here. Let's copy it. I am copying. This is my secret access key, and this is my access key. So I'm copying it. All right. This is again a user ID and password. Access key is a user ID, and secret access key is a password for my AWS CLI. Right. By using that particular access key and secret access key, I can access my AWS services. So to configure, I'm assuming you all have the AWS CLI installed on your box. So to configure any profile inside this AWS, you can just put a command AWS configure. If right, it will configure a default profile. If you want to configure a named profile, you just name it like profile. Then the name of profile, I am saying like the TechMart demo. So this is my username, so just I put it this name to configure the profile. Okay. Let's configure the default one. I think there is some command missings there. I need to check it. So once you are once you are running the AWS configure command, it will ask you the username, which is access key, right? So just copy and paste it. This is my username and this is my password. All right. Now it is asking you, means like, okay, this user wants whatever user you have put in, which reason you want to be, when the user is logged in, then what is the default reason for that particular user. So let's say it's US East. One is a default reason. Then it is asking you, means like, okay, you have put in the user ID, password and the reason. Now put the output on which format you want your command output will be. So I am putting it text. It supports the JSON also. So I just put it the text, so it can be easy to uh, check and read. Now my AWS profile is configured. I can check it by my home directory and go to the .aws. This directory will create when you run the AWS configure command and check it. Here you can find out there is a two different files is there. It automatically created once you have run the configure command. So let me cat it. I'm opening the file which is the config file. So inside the config file you can see whatever we have put it, the reason and the output we required. So it is here, and in the credential file you can see here uh, our credentials are available here, and since we have not configured the profile with any name, so this is just giving us a default profile. All right, so if you want to configure the profile with any name, you just name it by putting the aws configure hyphen profile and the name of the profile. Whatever profile means, like this is only for that if you have it multiple accounts, right? If you have only one account, then you can configure it through the default one. All right, now let's our aws CLI is configured and my profile is generated. Let's access any service of aws to check my profile is configured correctly or not. So for that testing, I am just listing down my S3 buckets which is available in my account. So the command is aws s3 ls. So let's see what is the result. Okay, it's showing me there is a four different buckets available in my account. Let's check through the GUI. Yep, the all four buckets which is showing in the command line, it is available here. All right, so why this profile is necessary? If you are a DevOps engineer, you are performing all the action through the command line, right? Like the copying of file to the S3 bucket, creating S3 bucket, generating, running any cloud formation templates, right? And any task you want to do through the command line, you should configure a AWS profile on your Linux or whatever Windows box, right? Then you can just operate all your AWS services through the command line. So this is it guys for this video. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this video. So please like this video, and if you want you can subscribe also. Thank you for watching. Thanks.